Pull up with the flow that's mad. Pull up with the flow that's crazy. Do it so good that's sad. Yeah, cut out the talk, just pay me. I'll mash up a shirt, I'm trying. Yeah, that's amazing. Nice to meet you, man. Yeah, gotta rush off, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you know this road is mad, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you know this road is mad. Stick to the plan, stick to the foresight, active gang. Speak to the hand, old school slang. But you know about it, yeah, that's 9, yeah. More time go with the flow, but more time do what I know. Oh, I know we need to know more about tumor show. Just open that door, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you know this road is mad, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you know this road is mad. Got the ammo, words of steel. Let me tell you how I feel. Always keeping it real. You know we're sealing deals. Tasty meals, speedy wheels. Like mad but still appeals. Like digital P's and deals. Crazy, yeah it's crazy. Yeah it's crazy. Yeah, you know this road is mad, it's crazy. Yeah it's crazy. Yeah it's crazy. Yeah, you know this road is mad. Steady, go. This road is crazy, yo. Steady, whoa. This road is crazy, yo. Steady, go. This road is crazy, yo. Steady, whoa. This road is crazy, yo.
welcome along to AFTV. We are here for the starting 11 show. Of course, massive game today. It's Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, first versus second in the Champions League. Bayern Munich top on 12 points. Arsenal in second place on 12 points as well. As a matter of fact, there are 3 teams in the Champions League at the moment with a flawless record, and that is Bayern Munich, Arsenal and Inter Milan. One of those records could go tonight. Could it be? Would it be Arsenal? Would it be? Well, actually, it could be a draw as well.
Because Inter also played tonight against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
they go away to Atletico.
Right. So, massive game tonight for Arsenal. We're still all on a high from the dismantling of Tottenham Hotspur. Can we do a similar thing to Bayern Munich? Probably not. They're one of the best teams in Europe right now. But here to preview the game, we got Marty. We've got Kenya because that wasteman Lee judges, right? Right now, I'm going to explain the difference between me and Lee judges, right? Now, a gentleman offered us both like hospitality, where, you know, it's like a meal they're doing for the game, right? So you got to get there 2 hours before, get like a 3-course meal and everything. It's not quite hospitality because you still then have to go to your normal seat.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I turned it down because I said, look, I've got things to do, starting 11 shows, that for the people, for the community. Judges, straight there, right? Fake. And I will tell you, I'm on him. I'm on him today, people. He's gone for the free meal.
Did you see that thing about what we were talking about, Mr. Judges? Did you see that thing about Baller League where he had a little soft spot for Manchester United?
Yeah. United fan. You know what I mean? I told you. Said he had a soft spot for United, but then his dad very wisely took him to Arsenal as a little kid, and he became an Arsenal fan after that. But yeah, listen, he has been an Arsenal fan for a very, very long time. But we are here to talk about this game tonight. It's going to be interesting, the starting 11, Marty, because what are Arsenal going to do? And same to you, Kenya. Do we rest players? Do we rest wholesale changes? No. I mean, we saw last night Manchester City do that against Bayer Leverkusen, who incidentally, they're second in the Bundesliga. Got turned over 2-0.
Yep.
Right? So that's the risk when you do that, right? Or do you go strong? What we also saw last night was an excellent performance. We've got to admit it. Chelsea were brilliant against Barcelona, even though Barcelona were doing their best impression of Big Angie's high line. But Chelsea, brilliant performance by them. They go into that game now in the weekend with a lot of momentum behind them. Everyone's talking about them. Fantastic performance, Esteval, all this and that. Arsenal want to go into that game with momentum as well. You don't want to go in the back of a defeat. Yeah. So what does Mikel Arteta do for this game tonight? Does he go with his absolute strongest team and forget resting players? The game's not until Sunday, by the way. Or does he rest players?
See, the thing is with this, there's a load of factors for me. Obviously, after that game against Tottenham on Sunday, and this game is neatly sandwiched in between, obviously, the fixture against Chelsea. So in years gone by, also, we've still got 3 Champions League games left after this. We've got the away against Club Brugge on the 10th of December, which you'd imagine would be a formality. Then we've got
hold on, that's away. And the Club Brugge
they drew with Barcelona.
They drew with Barcelona.
Barcelona 3-3.
They've been all right.
Barcelona weren't that great last night, let's be honest.
I know, but they've been all right at home. You can't take Bruges for granted. Who did they smash? Even on their way to the Champions League, they smashed up, I think it was Rangers or something. I don't want to say that Rangers are at the same level, but they're decent at home, Bruges.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I think the away for Inter Milan on the 20th of January, I think that will be, that's a big game. That's going to be a tough game. And the K-Rat game on the 28th of January at home, that should be a formality. So for me, this Bayern Munich game in years gone by has been a knockout game. You know, it's been latter stages of the Champions League, and it's meant so much more. And listen, it's a huge game. It's a European fixture under the lights, Wednesday night at the Emirates, home of the carpet, and it's a great game. But there's some reason I'm still sort of like enjoying Sunday's absolute beasting of Tottenham Hotspur. And then obviously there is one eye on Chelsea because we do want to win the league, and as much as I want to win the Champions League as well, it's
you want to keep the momentum going.
Listen, I'm not saying let's go into this game and lose it, or put on a bunch of 19-year-olds. I'm not saying that. This this is the part of it. This is, I think, if he makes the changes, we're going to really see. You know, if we can make the relevant changes in this fixture and get a result against Bayern Munich, that is going to be testament to the depth of squad that we've got. Everyone's been raving on about this squad that we've got. You know, how Norgard could potentially come in, whether he plays him. You know, all of this backline, whether Hincapié can do this. He's done it in the German league for Bayer Leverkusen. He's up against Harry Kane, but Harry Kane is on fire at the minute. This is probably the best version of Harry Kane anyone's anywhere ever seen. If you speak to any Bayern fans as well, one thing I will say is they are quietly nervous about this game. They do understand. They do understand how dangerous Arsenal are.
Okay, what about you, Kenny? I mean, listen, we saw last night, as I said, right? Manchester City disrespected really by Leverkusen. 10 changes, and they got beat. Yeah, and now Manchester City, they're still in the top 8 at the moment. But
those other teams got played today.
Yeah, they lost a home game. You don't want to lose your home games, do you?
Yeah, no, I personally wouldn't make a lot of changes. We're talking about a team that's the best team in Europe, in my opinion, in Bayern Munich. Look what they're doing in their league. Look what they're doing in the Champions League. They smashed up PSG. They played Barcelona, brought them up as well. Like, you can't take them lightly. We're, on the way here, we're listening to Harry Kane just talk about, his goal scoring record against Arsenal and how for him, it's not even about his previous Tottenham games, it's just he wants to win. Do you know what I mean? So to me, when I was like, I think we were before on Forever Arsenal hearing people say, oh, I want Ben White in. Absolutely not. Like, this is a big game. You're coming up against Michael Elise, who got 5 goal contributions in one game, and you want to play people that aren't fit or are just coming back. No, like, I don't want to hear that. You want to go into this game, win it. If you go and win this game now and then you win Club Brugge, you've automatically qualified. Do you know what I mean? So then you look at that Inter game and say, right, although on paper it's a big game, if we were to lose or draw that, it's not that bad. Kairat, we should be beating that team. So to me, strongest team. I want to see the best players. Yeah, strongest possible team. Like, I'm not being funny.
I remember Chelsea at the weekend though.
Yeah, but Chelsea also had their best. Caicedo played, Reece James played, Sanchez played, Cucurella played. 2 of those centre backs, at least one of them are gonna play against us. Like, I don't really understand why everyone's like, oh, make all these. Pedro Neto played, Garnacho played. These are starting players for Chelsea. They all played. Yeah. So why should I now sit here and say, oh, let's give Timber a rest when he's going to come up against one of the best wingers in the world? Do you know what I mean? He's going to come up against Michael Elise or Gnabry, for example. Like, you can't take this team for granted. You have to play your best team.
I must admit, right, like, Monday, I was like, you
guys were on the high of it.
I was like, Ben White.
Absolutely not.
Lewis
you don't remember the 2-2.
I was making like a few changes. Right?
You guys don't remember the 2-2 when Ben White got skinned by Gnabry for him to score that goal. Now, I remember that.
Yeah, now as I saw that game in Chelsea last night, I'm like, actually, strongest team.
Yeah.
Want to go into that game with momentum.
Exactly.
Got a great home record in the Champions League as well. Want to keep that going. And the game is on Sunday.
Yeah,
and we're playing on Wednesday night, so there's enough recovery time.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking on it now and just saying, well, strongest team, and if someone gets injured, somebody comes in. Exactly. So to me, I'm starting to think to myself, would I make any changes at all? Maybe Mars Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that,
Calafiori,
can be a bit injury prone. I think I'm getting the feeling Timber might play because we saw him during the press conference. So
I'd be disappointed if Timber doesn't play.
You ain't going to take Eze out. He'd be up against his old mate, and he just scored a hat-trick at the Emiratis, as you would say.
There you go. And the thing is, exactly what you say with that is why I want to see Declan Rice playing, I want to see William Saliba playing, and I want to see Eze playing, is because this is the first time that I've heard from Bayern Munich fans them talking about our players, and they're worried about our players. The way they talk about Declan Rice, the way they talk about William Saliba and the quality and Eze, and they know that we've got players that can hurt them and do a job. That's the first time in years that I've heard that come out of the mouths of, listen, legitimate European champions. Bayern Munich are a European powerhouse. They're a huge club.
Yeah, they're a
giant. The players, like you were saying, the Gnabry, the players, they've got, just roll off your tongue, they've got a goalkeeper that's been in goal for about 1,000 years, and he's just like absolutely unbelievable.
He's world class.
Yeah, he's faultless. He's been one of the best goalkeepers in the world for years and years. So it's a tough, it's a tough game, and like you say, the momentum is, last thing you want to do is rest on your laurels and then go out and get beaten 2-3-0 by this side, and then you go into a game. And also, listen, Chelsea are going to be watching this game as well. They're going to see how we fare. We go and do a job against Bayern. This is another message. I believe these next two games, the Bayern game and the Chelsea game, we go and get decent results and put these teams away. That sends out a huge message to everyone. One, in the Premier League, and two, in Europe.
Yeah. Right, then we got a couple of super chats. Alex Smith says, evening all. At the game in block 120, I'm going for 3-1. Surely Munich will give us a better game than the Spuds did. 100%.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be like 100 man behind the ball like what they tried to do. JPI Warden says, I agree with playing the strongest squad. You're right. Why did you get rid of your top two then?
What does that mean?
I'm not sure that. Why did I get rid of it? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you saw the team that I put in before. But as I said, I've sort of changed my mind after, considering what Chelsea did last night, after considering what's in front. I'm just like, go with the strongest team now. Tanis says, I would put Hincapia at left back, Bundesliga experience. Well, he'll probably play at centre back, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'll keep him at
unless, he took too much out of him that last game. He did just come back off of a long trip, international break. Pavan says, KC, Chelsea rested players v Burnley for Barca and Arsenal. That is very true. They did rest players. They left out Caicedo. They left out, I think, Reece James.
All them players were able to rest.
Don't feel that we can play the same 11 in 3 tough games in 7 days and get away with it. But
then
what I'd say, sorry.
I was going to say our game after that is Brentford. Now, on
a Wednesday night.
Yeah, no disrespect to Brentford. You could actually give a rest to some players in that game. You could maybe say, okay, Ben White, come in. Do you know what I mean? You could say Norgard or a Miles Lewis-Skelly, we need you in. You can give a Martinelli, a Madueke a chance in those games. I feel like, I don't know if everyone remembers last season when Liverpool, they had to play, I think, Man City, Man United and Real Madrid, and they played their strongest teams in all three, and they just got through it. And I think that just showed their mentality of it, like, yes, this is a hard period, but we just have to get through it. We have to play our strongest formation. Then we can think about resting. You want to win you want to win games. You don't want to go into that Chelsea game on a downer saying, we drew, or we lost, when actually we could have actually won. Like,
and as I said, we only got to refer to Man City last night. I think, and when we think about it, all along he's played strong teams. I mean, when we went away to Slavia Prague, we was all thinking he's going to make a lot of changes. He didn't make many changes. He went with a very strong team even in that game, didn't he? Played the likes of Timber and Gabriel in that game. Yeah.
I think, look, it's important, like, obviously Gyökeres is coming back. I don't think there's any reason to start him. I've been hugely impressed this season with Mikel Merino.
Yeah, I think they said Gyökeres won't make tonight.
Yeah, he will.
And even with Odegaard, I don't see there's any need to start him. And I can't see how you can not play Eze after Sunday's performance. And what we've got now is I don't think you need to have Madueke start. It's bringing these players back in, like, years gone by, seasons gone by, we'd rush these players back from injury, 4 games like this, and then they'd get injured again, or in a few games time they'd get re-injured. It's important to win this game, use our strongest squad. I think the only change I would change is Miles Lewis-Skelly for Calafiori. That's an obviously doesn't play 2 games a week at the moment, but other than that, I think the team literally reads itself.
Yeah, even like, I guess you could go Martinelli for Trossard, but
you could.
Trossard's been playing so well at the moment. Yeah. He's got to be one of the first players on the team.
And do you know what I saw from him on Sunday as well? That I was so impressed with his performance. I watched him on Sunday and he was absolutely fantastic. And this season, the amount of times he's popped up in clutch moments for us and delivered the goods, and he deserves to start. Deserves
season after season he's done.
Yeah. Listen,
I said it before. He's one of Arsenal's most underrated players.
And bear in mind, we were going to spend 80 million quid on Mudryk, who was at Chelsea. Obviously, that on our minds, and we paid 27 million quid from him for Brighton. And what a player he has been for us.
Yeah.
I've got the team actually.
Okay,
the team's out.
The team's out. We're going to give you the team in just 1 second. But Fola says 4. Is he saying 4 a.m. or 4 a.m. Canada? You guys are the best, Rob, and the and the team are the best. Well,
Pick you up.
let's hope.
Thank you.
You are strictly right on that. Right, I haven't quite.
I've got the team that Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal have released a team. Do you want to read it?
See that? Because I didn't get the team. All right, let's give you the team. In goal, David Raya.
Yep.
Timber.
Yep.
Saliba. Mosquera. Not Hincapia. Mosquera. So my theory that, maybe with, Hincapia, the fact that he travelled all the way from Ecuador and stuff like that, and you remember he's cramping up. I think
he picked up some sort of knock at the end.
He was cramping. Lewis Skelly is in for Calafiori.
Okay.
Rice, Zubamendi, Eze, Saka, Trossard, and Marino. So 2 changes there. On the bench is Kepa, Setford. You can have 2 goalkeepers in this. White, Hincapie, Martin Odegaard makes a return to the bench.
They got Martin.
Martinelli, Norgard, Madueke, Wanyeri and Calafiori. So the 2 changes are at the back, Mosquera in for Hincapia and Mars Lewis Skelly in for Calafiori. Kenny, what do you make of that?
I'm happy with that. As I said before, I wanted a team that's not much change. If we are going to make a change, it should probably have just been Mars, which is my fault, but I'm cool with Mosquera in. Him and Saliba have played enough games together to know what they're about, to feel out whose responsibilities is which. And the rest of the team is as strong as we can put out right now, considering we've got no Havertz, no Gyökeres. We're still missing players. Martin Odegaard's back, so that's a positive. But yeah, I'm happy with the team. It's good.
Mosquera in for Hincapia.
Well, I said at the weekend before the Tottenham game that would have been potentially the sub. The change for Gabriel, but listen, when I look at that, when I read that team, I look at that midfield and think, that's the midfield I've been dreaming of for like the last last 15, 20 seasons, and that's the truth. Like, that is just, you took Zubamendi, Rice, Eze, unbelievable. And at the back, I'm glad that Miles Lewis Skelly is being given a run out tonight, because this season there's been a lot of call from Arsenal fans like, why ain't he getting played? And you remember that transfer rumour came up and all this. This is an opportunity for him to come up in the Champions League and let Mikel Arteta give him even more of a headache. Be like, listen, mate, I'm here, I'm ready, I will do the business, and I'm your guy. and I love seeing that, and what a fantastic player he is.
Yeah, one of the things is about now, and when you have a squad, and the starting 11 are performing so well, is that if you do come into that, you've got to do well. You know what I mean? To stake your claim, or you're going to be out. So that is one of the good things about it, is that you players that are coming in now know that you've got to come in and you got to perform, or you will be out. But we see Mars Lewis Skelly, he always stands up in his big games. He's a big game player. He's an England international, even though he missed out on the last set of games, and he's getting, when people talk about, we want to see him get games, this is a game on the biggest stage, the Champions League against Bayern Munich, the 2 best teams, so the manager obviously trusts him.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for Miles to play. I think every game that he's played so far, he's been excellent in. Especially in the Champions League, he's been so good, so solid. There's been some Champions League games where I'm like, it's a bit unfair that you don't play the next one because you were so good in that Champions League night. But again, he's only 18. People are like, he needs to play more games. I want to see him play more games, but he's only 18. He still needs time to develop. We don't even know if left back is his long-term position. He is actually a midfielder by trade. So who's to say in years to come, he might get progressed into that role where we can actually see him where he actually is supposed to play. But yeah, just give the kid time. I'm happy for him. He's playing
good.
good.
Mosquera, happy with him being in
I trust Mosquera enough. Do you know what I mean?
Right-footed and playing in the left.
But he's someone that, again, he can play left centre back. He can play right back. He can play right-sided centre back. He's a very versatile player, and so far he's shown us that he can be trusted. He's made one mistake since joining us. That's as good as gold. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy with him as well. I trust him enough. It's not one of them ones I'm like, we've never seen this guy before, this is a big decision. I have faith that he can do the bits. Obviously tonight is a big test, but to have that test against Liverpool, where I thought he was really, really good as well, and he's coming for other games, I'm happy with him to start.
The Gaza 1994 says the Bayern lineup. I haven't found it yet.
Yeah,
the Bayern Munich
I've seen
lineup.
it,
We're
but
still trying to find the Bayern Munich lineup. Marino scoring today, says Afrodou. So can you repeat the lineup? We will repeat the lineup. We will repeat the lineup very soon. Well, I'll repeat the lineup for you right now. The lineup is, excuse me, is David Raya in goal. You've got Timber. You've got centre back of Saliba and Mosquera. At left back is Mars Lewis Skelly. Then a midfield of Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and of course Eberici Eze. And then up front you've got Saka on the right. You have Trossard over there on the left, and through the middle is Mikel Merino. No Victor Gyökeres even in the squad, but the good news is Martin Odegaard is back on the bench tonight. So hopefully we will get to see some of Odegaard tonight.
Yeah. I've got the
Bayern team?
I've got the Bayern team, but they did this annoying thing where they put it all in number order. So you're going to have to think about where everyone is. So you've got Neuer in goal, Upamecano, Jonathan Tah, Kimmich, Gnabry, obviously Harry Kane, Elise, Lima, Karl, Stanisic, and Pavlovic is their team. So
yeah, strong team.
It's a very strong team.
No Kimmich in there?
Yeah, Kimmich is in
there. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very strong team. And Michael Elise, what a player is. I mean,
it's fantastic.
You know, he is just like Eze, innit? When those two were at Crystal Palace, they mesmerised lots of defences. And he's gone abroad now, playing at Bayern, and he's shining. Like you said, he's just doing the exact same thing. If anything, he's got even better.
Yeah, he has. He's a fantastic player. Scored 2 goals at the weekend in their 6-2 thrashing of Freiburg. Yeah. Do you know what? It's funny. I was speaking to a friend of mine who's a Palace fan, and he said to me ages ago, he went out of Elise and obviously Eze, and he turned around and said, "You got the better one of the two." He goes, "Eze was always my favourite player, but Elise." And to be honest, not just saying it because he's at Arsenal, he is mine. But like you say, when they were at Palace, those players were unplayable. And he's gotten into that Bayern Munich side. And when he got signed by Bayern Munich, I thought, is that a transfer a bit too soon? But he's gone in there and he has set that place alight. He has been absolutely phenomenal. He scores goals. He's a playmaker. He drives forward with the ball. He assists. He does everything. And listen, Harry Kane again, like I say, Upamecano, what a great centre back. Lima, another great player.
Jonathan Tah,
you go through that team.
Solid team.
They've got quality. They've got quality players. But what I do really like seeing about tonight is what that shows me about Mikel Arteta's doing is he's taking this game very seriously, and he's made the relevant changes where necessary. He's seen obviously the Hincapié situation. We saw he come off with a knock against Tottenham, so he's made that change.
I think it was cramp.
Yeah,
I think it was more cramp. So
he's made that relevant change. Obviously, you said about the jet lag and stuff, so he's taking that seriously. And then obviously we know Calafiori plays 1 game a week, and he's brought Lewis Skelly in. So he's got one eye on Chelsea, but he's still going with a full strength side and made the changes he needed to make for the good of the player and injury wise. So listen, I'm looking forward to this. This is a great big European night. Emirates.
Yeah, no, it really is a big game. And of course, Harry Kane comes to town. A guy that when he was at Tottenham always scored against us. Always scores against, even at he's met Bayern, he scored against us. I mean, how do we stop him?
We have to rough him up. That's just putting it in layman's terms. You have to rough him up. You have to keep an eye on him. He's a really weird striker in the sense that like his body language is almost of a false 9. Like you can't just detect. You have to be on him 24/7 because he can go undetected. He's someone that likes to drop into midfield and he likes to be a part of the build-up play. He's not just purely on the end of everything. So I do think, I'm guessing it will be Saliba who will track him. Needs to be 100% concentration following him around because we know how fantastic he is.
Yeah.
All right, who could be our key player tonight? I mean, it's a sort of game where a player like Saka's going to be important, but then there's Eberici Eze as well.
Declan Rice, Eze,
Rice. I mean, who for you tonight is going to? I mean, Eze must be buzzing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Plus, he's coming up against his old teammate in Elise.
And he has done well recently. He's scored some goals. He's assisted. Listen, this, like you said, coming off the back of that, like that's a dream. That game on Sunday, he set history. That game on Sunday is a game that, as Arsenal fans, we are going to look back on. Like every North London derby, we're going to look back and be like, that time. Do you remember that time when Eze scored that hat trick? Oh yeah, I was there. Like that, absolutely unbelievable. Do you want a bit of trivia about Bayern Munich?
Go on.
Okay. So how much? Bayern Munich.
Who's Bayern?
Sorry?
Oh, you're saying...
No, because you've been saying all throughout the show Bayern. I'm trying to think.
I guess how they say it in Germany.
It's actually...
That's how they say it in Germany, yeah.
Is
it?
I think that's how they say it in Germany.
Is it?
We're in England.
Are you
mate.
German, no?
Yeah, I do know a little bit. I've got a bit of
We
German.
are
Right, okay,
English.
so how much?
Sprechen die Deutsch, eh?
Yeah. Ich bin Martin. Ich bin Marty. So how much for a season ticket at the Allianz?
At the Allianz, I'd say...
In pounds.
You get
In pounds?
In euros, you get 17 games for that.
Don't know.
At home.
250 euros.
Nope. Cheapest one is 170 euros. Do you know how much the most expensive one is?
800 euros.
Spot on. And that is for one in the centre. Okay, and then...
And you get free travel over in Germany as well with your season ticket.
And then do you know how much the 170 euros one is a stand-in season ticket? So the cheapest sitting season ticket, do you know how much that is?
300 euros.
350. And do you know how much the Champions League games are each? Because they don't get that included in it. Do you know how much they are?
Don't know, like
30 euros.
40
Nope.
euros? 40
25.
euros?
Nope.
10.
No.
15.
15.
Spot on.
Wow.
Yeah, see the ticket prices.
I know, Germany, I mean, the way...
That's why I feel like German atmospheres are so good, because
Get a lot of young fans.
it's inexpensive to go.
Yeah. Instead of a
yeah.
lot of corporate, like what we get, the people can afford to
Yeah.
go.
Like this guy here
Interesting.
in the chat says, I think Dub1, he says they have this 50+1 rule, which is very true. The fans own the club. 50+1 have to own the club, and then the rest is so you fans have a big say in a lot of the things that go on in Germany, including ticket pricing and that. But I have heard that before, how the pricing is so much more cheaper than it is over here, and you get free travel, as I said, included in your ticket.
And the beers, man.
Over here, there's not even any trains running.
Exactly. when you come out of the stadium, you can't even get on one because the queues are for miles.
Oh man, I'll tell you.
Or you wouldn't pay the parking. That's 40 quid.
I still haven't seen. I was trying to see the Bayern team with the formation, but I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, they put it out as, I think Lehmer's playing right back.
Okay.
Wait, let me go back to their team to see.
They usually play like a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could see it with their formation.
So I'm guessing Lehmer's going to play right back, Upamecano, Jonathan Tah.
Yeah.
Who's going to play? Who's their
Bishkov.
left back? I don't know who their left back is. Maybe Stanisic?
Actually, no.
And you've got a midfield of
yeah, so I'll see. All right, let me see their formation.
Carl.
So, all right, so Neuer as the goalkeeper, of course. Lehmer, Tah, Upamecano, and Stanisic. That's the back four.
Yeah.
I was right.
A midfield of Kimmich and Pavlovic.
Yeah.
And then you've got, like you said, it's a 4-2-3-1 formation with Elise, Carl, and Gnabry with Harry Kane up front. That Carl's that very talented young player they've got. So they've got some real firepower.
He'll be playing Carl on the right.
No, Carl will be down the middle.
No,
Gnabry on one side, Elise on the other.
He's been playing Elise as a 10 recently, and he'll play Gnabry on the left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's
a very evenly matched. Obviously, Arsenal got a couple of injuries, but so have they. And of course, they're missing
Luis
Diaz, who's been on fire for them. It stupidly got himself sent off in the last game, so he's out of this game. And we're probably fortunate that he is, because he's another player that's been on fire for them, hasn't he?
Do you know what? When you look at Liverpool this season, you find it hard to believe how they sold him, or he wanted out of Anfield. Like, what a player he's been.
Well, he knew something we didn't.
He's having a last laugh.
Right time, innit?
Yeah, he has. And listen, he leads the press from the front. He's a dynamic player, scores goals. He is a quality operator, and Liverpool certainly miss him. And he's been a key part of this Bayern Munich side. And you look at that quality that they've got up front. It's something to be reckoned with, and it's going to be interesting to see. Listen, how we cope with that, and how they cope with us. Yeah. It'd be another perfect opportunity. It'd be nice to see Eze pop up with another goal.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Got a great home record in this Champions League, haven't we?
Yeah, we do.
We've got a great record in the Champions League. We haven't conceded a goal yet.
Yeah.
In the Champions League.
Nor have they.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure they have. They've just scored the most goals.
Yeah.
I think it's Inter that haven't conceded a goal as well. Actually, no, they conceded last game week.
Okay, Tanis says, I put Hincapié at left back, Bundesliga experience. There is an argument for that. Yeah. Lee Judges just sent me a picture of him at this dinner, and he's got Lee Dixon with him.
What?
Right? So, yeah. He's got, he said, he's put here, we replaced you with Nigel Winterburn.
I'm dead.
Right? So he's got Nigel, look, he's got Nigel Winterburn there. You know? This guy is a poser. But you see, that's what I'm saying. He's gone for the glamour.
Binned
right?
us off.
I love Nigel Winterburn, but I love my job even more, and I love you guys even more, and that's why I'm here. Whereas this guy, well, let me hone in on this. Champagne in hand, look at that.
Oh, look
an absolute disgrace. You guys got to see it from here. Champagne in hand.
There you go, they can see that.
You know
Yeah, guys, hold that up, hold it up. They can see that, go on.
Champagne in hand. There he is. Absolute disgrace, yeah? Prawn sandwich brigade, yeah? I'm telling you, right?
Prawn sandwich.
But that is pretty cool having Nigel Winterburn there.
It is.
But, you know, actually, I should message him back and say absolute disgrace there, you know? let me see if I can call him and get him on. You know what I mean? This fake, right? Let me see if he even answers. Right? Let's see if we can get him.
Get him on FaceTime. Get him on FaceTime.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, get him on FaceTime.
Let's see if he'll answer.
Come on.
Get him on FaceTime. Let's get him on FaceTime if we can get him.
Let's see if he would answer.
He should definitely.
Probably won't answer.
The least he could do is pick up the phone while he's having it off of his all these ex-players and.
Yeah, you see, he'll be
stuffing his face right now. Do you think he's going to answer?
Stuffing his face.
Is he going to answer us?
We got an even more awesome replacement in you, Kenya.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs Lee Judges.
Yeah, exactly. Permanent. See, you're not answering people.
Yeah.
He's a disgrace.
He's not going to have it.
Not answering, you know.
He's binned it clean off.
He's been silenced, mate.
No, not answering. He's probably eating some caviar as we speak. You know what I mean? After we spoke about those German fans and the price of tickets and that is £1,000 exclusive ticket that he's probably got tonight.
Yeah.
Dinner with Nigel Winterburn, you know what I mean? You know, honestly, but no, big him up.
Yeah.
He'll be back in the morning, of course, on Forever Arsenal. But guys, it's time for the predictions. Let's get your predictions on the game tonight. Let's start with you, Kenya.
I'm torn between two scores, but I think I'll go 2-1. I think it'll be a close game between two really good teams, but I want us to win, so I'm going to say 2-1.
Okay.
I think 2-1 as well.
Yeah.
I think you're spot on there. I think we'll do it. It's going to be a tough game, and it is. The two best teams in Europe going for it currently. And I can see us scoring a couple, but listen, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I can see Harry Kane popping up with a goal.
He's scoring.
He just does, doesn't he?
It's part of the
he always
script.
scores against us.
It's just part of the script.
I went 2-1 as well. I can see a draw in this as well. Wouldn't surprise me, but I think we're on form. We've just had a brilliant win over Tottenham, even though, listen, it's going to be way, way harder game than Tottenham. And
obviously,
I think I'll go 2-1. And if we could get that, I think it'd be great for the momentum going into that Chelsea game. Were you impressed with Chelsea last night?
Do you know what? I watched that game, and to be fair to him, Cucurella was absolutely fantastic. He did not give Yamal an inch of space, and obviously they play together for Spain, and it was like he'd increased the levels of intensity. It was like Yamal probably thought, right, I know what to do against this guy. They up front, they didn't have anything. They were just completely wide open. It was like you say, Ange ball on steroids, and it was just they were. You know, I hate to say it could have been 4 or 5, maybe more. They absolutely hammered them, and I watched that. Caicedo was fantastic. I watched them and I thought, do you know what? And even Sanchez, he looked solid, and defensively their whole back four looked solid. Which, you know, Chelsea can be great and turn up and do jobs like they did last night, but they can also be quite inconsistent. But they look really good, and that place was rocking last night. Stamford Bridge, those fans were very, very vocal. The songs were, you know, to actually hear what's being sung on TV is always a sign that it's loud in there. You could see them; they were all up, they were all stand up, they were all going for it.
Big game. It was a big game, and it was a big result for them, wasn't it? They looked impressive. Yeah,
they were really good, but I also just feel like the way they set up tactically for that game, you know, Enzo Maresca outdid Hansi Flick in that. And Yeah, I think they played really well. As Marty said, it could have been, they had 3 goals disallowed. Do you know what I mean? It could have easily been a 5 or a 6. And that's even without the red card, to be honest. I think the red card didn't really impact the game much. You saw from minute 1 that they were going to win with how intense they were. But we're not Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? We are a better defensive team. And you can see how we've been in the league. We're not going to play like that. So they're going to change how they play a bit to obviously when we go to see them. And
they were down to 10 men for most of the game. But Sadiq 111 says Hansi Flick's suicidal high line made it easy for Chelsea. I agree with that. I've seen 2 managers this week who refused to back off from their philosophy, right? One was Monday, Man United. He's still
Ruben
playing free at the back when, hammering when, a team's down to 10 men. And then yesterday, a team that's down to 10 men that now needs to go a bit more defensive, still attempting to play a high line and got absolutely roasted. And you're right, Maresca did get his tactics right because he had Neto playing as a false 9. He's one of the fastest players around, right? And they still, with 10 men, playing this suicidal high line. Hold on, we've got Lee Judges.
Wow.
Is he there? Is he? We're trying to connect through to him. He's trying to ring me there.
Let's see.
He's connecting. Probably he's not getting a good line because that's the next bugbear when you're at the stadium. You're lucky if you can get any connection.
Get any internet in there.
Right, so looking to see, he's saying connecting. Let's see if he connects. But yeah, listen, we will not play as badly as what I saw Barcelona play last night. However, they were very impressive.
Yeah, they were great. I think
Chelsea. And that will be a tough game at the weekend. Remember, last year it was a draw there.
I was literally about to say the last 2 times we've been there, I would say we didn't really play as well, but we still came out with a draw. Whereas, like, when we drew 2-2, for example, they played really well, but we just turned up maybe in the last 30 minutes and showed quality. With the 1-1, I thought Martinelli scored, but then, overall we were quite, average, and I actually thought Chelsea played quite well. So for me, if we play, as I always say, I'm not really worried about other teams. I'm always just worried about us. If we turn up and we play our best, we can beat any team, genuinely. It's just more of who turns up on that day, what the mentality is, what the thought process is that day. If we turn up against Chelsea like how we did against Spurs, like how we've done against Atletico Madrid, so many other teams, I have no doubt that we can win it.
And you saw that, I think Sunday was a prime example of that. Thomas Frank tried to play the Thomas Frank way against Arsenal. Obviously knew that we were putting the balls down the wide channels, and then what he does, he very cleverly tries to overload 4-on-2. So, we'll have say Saka. No, it wasn't. But you have Saka and Timber on the ball, and then they'll put 4 defenders over there to cover. But we found a way, because of our quality, to then put the ball into the middle. And Eze, basically, for me, scored pretty much 3 identical goals from that exact position where Arteta had his number, worked out how to play. And with that level of quality that we've got, that ball goes into the middle. And then there's only going to be one thing. Eze sticks it in the back of the net. And the amount of times where you saw him wide open in front of goal and he could literally just pick the part of the goal that he wanted to put the ball in.
Somehow I don't think he's going to get that space tonight that he got after them watching that game. I mean, listen, one of the good things is with Eze in there is that you can't just double up every time on Saka. You've got now another threat there, and Trossard is doing his bits over on the other side. Yeah, I mean, this is a really, really even game tonight and a really hard one to call. Let me run through the teams again. So let me start with the Bayern Munich team. This is the Bayern Munich team starting the game today. It's Neuer, Lehmer, Tar, Upamecano and Stanisic as their back 4. A midfield of Kimmich and Pavlovic. Just in front of them, Elise, Carl and Serge Gnabry, of course, ex-Arsenal player. And up front, ex-Tottenham, Harry Kane. I'm sure we'll get a beautiful welcome from the Arsenal fans. The Arsenal team is Raya in goal, Timber, Saliba, Mosquera in for Hincapié, and Miles Lewis-Skelly in for Ricardo Calafiori. In the midfield is Eze, Zubimendi and Declan Rice. And then up front is Saka, Trossard with Mikel Merino down the middle. Still no Victor Gyökeres even in the squad. On the bench for Arsenal is Kepa, Ricardo Calafiori, Hincapié, Noni Madueke, Gabriel Martinelli, Ethan Nwaneri, Setford, Norgard, Ben White, and back from injury, the captain, Martin Odegaard. So a strong bench as well for Arsenal. and a huge game. We've all gone 2-1 here. Let me just see a couple of your predictions there. Yeah. Ryan Williams went for 3-1 to Arsenal.
Wow, let's hope so.
The other one there was quite a lot of them. They've all gone 2-2 or 3-2, says Tushima. He says it's either 2-2 or 3-2 to Bayern. Labrizia says 2-0 to Arsenal. Simon says 3-0. Mark it. They're going to get walled, he says, right?
Hope you're
and 3-3 says, it's quite a few of you going with a draw. Quite a lot of you in there.
I'm not against
going
a draw.
with a draw. SMG says 5-2 to the Gunners. We owe these lots some, man. They've put me through some pain over the years, both at the Emirates and over there in Germany. And I would like to see Arsenal win this game tonight and keep that momentum going as we go through into that huge game on Sunday at Stamford Bridge. So that's the teams. We're going to be at the game. Don't forget to look out for all of the fan cams. We'll be speaking to all the fans afterwards and getting their opinions on what they made of the game. We got a big watch along in the studio, so make sure you join us. The watch along, by the way, on the weekend was absolutely brilliant. The vibes at that Tottenham game was fantastic. So make sure you join us for the watch along here on AFTV. It is Arsenal versus Bayern Munich in the Champions League. It doesn't get any bigger than this right now. First versus second. If Arsenal win tonight, they've virtually secured their place in that top 8, I reckon, when you consider the games that they've got to come. So big game tonight. Let's hope that Arsenal do it. Marty, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kenya, and thanks to you guys. And don't forget to come back to us.
Just quickly, do you like my T-shirt?
Yeah, man.
Speak to your Chris.
Where did you get that
Do
victory
you know where you
T-shirt?
can get it?
Yeah, he's not playing now. But yeah, you can get that at the AFTV store. So make sure if you want to get the T-shirt, click the link in the description.
Model, man.
Martin, a model.
I do try, mate. Thank you very much, Kenya, for gracing me with it. Actually, it's fantastic. There's some really good stuff on there as well. Some of the hoodies are absolutely fantastic. Some of the designs on there and stuff like that. So you will be seeing some of me wearing some of this in the future.
All right, make sure you check it out. And thanks very much once again, guys. And can't wait for the game. See you soon.